Peter, gold is up, Bitcoin is up. Aren't they supposed to be rivaling each other? Because gold was a hedge against inflation and Bitcoin was an alternate against gold. How come both of them are going up together?
Well, that's a very interesting question. And good morning. Oh, yes, good morning, Nikunj.
And by the way, India won the test race.
Well, yes, but yeah, I didn't want to mention that. And, I'm a very proud Australian and I'll be over there in a couple of weeks to see you in Mumbai. And I'll probably have to buy you a drink for that as a congratulations. But yes, it was good news for India. There's a lot of turmoil at the moment. I think bond yields got crashed overnight. Having a look at what the 2-year and the 10-year did, the 2-year was down 20% from just over 5 to just over 4%, Nikunj. And the US dollar index has come under pressure. Gold has had a massive rally to the upside, and Bitcoin is as volatile as ever. So, these are unusual times, and that creates unusual movements in markets. And let's just see how the next 24 to 48 hours develop, because I think this volatility will remain for a while yet.
So what do you think will fall first, Bitcoin or gold?
Well, I want to see what goes. Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, gold's had such a massive move to the upside. I saw it probably about 20 minutes ago and it was running at about 19.15 and we're running at about 19.11, 19.12 at the moment. It seems to be strongly bid up, and I'm not going to suggest that, you're going to see any reversal quickly, but put your mind back to Thursday. It was 18.10 or so, 18.15, I think Wednesday or Thursday, and it's had a strong move, nearly up 100. So there's that side of it, 5.5% up, but Bitcoin, I mean, it's a wild bronco, and that just allows traders to really, I think, take on board big moves, and that's been demonstrated in the last 24 to 48 hours. Bitcoin's nearly 25,000. So yeah, I can't answer that one. All I know is volatility, and that's what traders want.
Do you see, in the light of what is happening to the US financial market, commodity prices coming down? Because whatever is happening, the net outcome is that demand will be lower than what it was projected at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, to some extent, yes. Though I think when you're looking at base metals, I mean, they were really pushed down hard, and they had a bit of a bounce, certainly after China reopened and up to that Lunar New Year period. So, from a demand picture, naturally China wants to do a lot of internal demand, and what it's going to do as far as exporting. Exports need consumers, and consumers have been hit pretty hard globally. So it's be interesting, the export markets, a little bit like Japan, what they're going to export themselves out of this. And there's the first part. The second part is commodities are a lot cheaper than what they were. But yeah, it just depends on, there's so many factors at play. You've had underinvestment across the complex for many years, mining. So I know the demand picture's there going, I'm looking forward to seeing Mumbai in a couple of weeks and how aggressive they are as far as building and construction, and that all needs hard materials. So that's going on across the world. We'll just have to wait and see where the commodity complex plays in the short run.
Peter, I don't know how closely you track the dollar index, but the fact that it's seen quite a sharp fall, do you sense that this could be a trend change and we could see a further, dip?
Well, Aisha, we're at 103.87. It's certainly come under some big push to the downside since, this time last week, the 5-day. It's gone from 105 nearly 106 all the way to 103.50. So yeah, there's been big push down, and again that's been the push up in gold. People have sold dollars. Been big moves as far as currency trading, and it's hard to tell where that US dollar is going to go, other than whipsawing, and it may be back down to around about that 103.50 to 104.25 sort of bandwidth over the next day or so, but it's full of surprises at the moment, and no one knows what the next news story to drop is and what impact that has to the market.
Okay. So, Peter, if you have to initiate one trade based on what's happening in the world and what's happened to the cricket match, and where Indian team has qualified as the #1 team in the Test series, what would you buy and what would you sell?
I think if I'm looking at anything, I've got to be conscious as far as gold and maybe in silver. Silver had a big push up, so probably physical of those two metals at the moment for the fear and what, for the rest of 23. And as far as to the downside, I don't know. I don't want to say. I'm going to sit on that one because I think I won't be surprised to see the US dollar come under continued pressure. I want to see what that CPI number is tonight and how that drops. You'll get that at around about probably 5 o'clock your time, 5 p.m. 1700, that CPI number, and that'll tell me whether the Fed are going to be, how aggressive they're going to be at the next rate rise.
Right, Peter, good to have you on the show. We'll let you go on that one and we'll see you in Bombay.
I look forward to it, Aisha. Thank you. See you, Nikunj.
Okay.